What is up, Teach Better family? My name is Jeff. It's 5 o'clock Eastern time. And this is your Teach Better Brain Break for Wednesday, March 16, 2022. I've got my good friend Darren Peppard here. We're going to talk a little bit about who he is and what we got going on. We're going to talk about life and maybe some nonsense and play a game and have some fun. If you're with us live right now, drop in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Are you sipping on something? Do you have a snack with you? And what are you taking a break from? And we are going to be back here in about 15 seconds. All right, welcome back to Brain Break, where we talk about life, nonsense, and sometimes some semi-important topics so that you can just kind of turn your brain off, take a break, and relax for a change. We are live every Wednesday, 5 o'clock Eastern time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn now. Like I said, I've got my good friend Darren Peppard here. Darren, it's twice in a week. We talked about this on Monday when we hung out because you're part of the mastermind, you and I together. And we joked how that was probably a little too much Jeff for your week, but I'm glad you're here. I'm excited to have you on, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I really am. I would almost turn that in the other direction and wonder if this is too much Darren for you in a week. But you asked me to be here, so you're stuck with me, man.
That's
just
true.
how it goes.
But we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Yeah.
No, it's good having you here. What was that?
I was just going to say, you asked how I was doing great. We have what looks like spring right now here in Nebraska. It's like 72 degrees today. I don't know if it'll last, but I'm enjoying it while it's happening, man.
I was saying the same thing today because we're at 68 right now. It's been right there. It's a beautiful 68 here in Ohio. It was like 33 this morning and shot way up and looks great. And I'm same thing. I'm like, all right, is it here? Because a week and a half ago we had 65-ish, and then we had snow and quite a bit of snow. And I'm like, all right, because that's just how it is, right? And I'm like, all right, are we there yet, or do we have one more like left? And I guess we'll find out.
We got to have at least one.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So Darren, I obviously you and I know each other pretty well. And I know a lot of people in our network and in our community know you as well. You've been on lives with us before. You've been on Brain Break before. You've been on 12-Hour Lives with us before. Road to Awesome sponsored the most recent 12-Hour Live as well. But those that might be watching that don't know you, don't know Road to Awesome, don't know the things that you do. Can you give us a breakdown of who you are, what you do, and then that's you, and then take it just right into also and this is Road to Awesome as well. However you want to go at it.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. And, you mentioned the most recent 12-Hour Live. How great did Carly Spina look in a Road to Awesome t-shirt yesterday? I'm sure you got to see the tweet she shared. She was one of the winners from the slot that the Road to Awesome had sponsored.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool to see Carly with her RTA sticker and shirt. So anyway, so to be honest with you, I mean, I do so many things, but probably the thing that people need to know most about me is I'm a recovering high school principal. I did a lot of different things in education. I was a teacher, I was a coach, AP principal, superintendent, but all those things in the 26 years that I was in public education, man, I go back to that time as a principal because it was the greatest job. Being the high school principal, I feel this way, at least in any district, high school principal is both the hardest and the best job that you can have. Just some incredible opportunities to impact kids, to impact your community, to build relationships. That's really who I am. I mean, yes, I've transitioned out of public education. I am not retired. There are a few people who still say that I retired. I did not retire. I'm neither old enough nor wealthy enough to retire. So really what I did was I'll use one of Rob Breyer's phrases. I took the leap, but I didn't take a leap into administration. I took a leap into entrepreneurship, which of course is a big part of why you and I built the relationship that we have. And with Road to Awesome, our work is all about cultivating leaders, and we do that through promoting positivity, and we do it through lifting voices. We do it in 3 branches. We have obviously our publishing branch I think we have our 9th book that's going to be dropping next week from Dr. Mike Nagler, who's a superintendent in Mineola School District in New York. So the publishing side, but then the side that I spend a tremendous amount of time in, of course, is both the speaking and the leadership coaching. Something I'm super passionate about. Love speaking about leadership, about school culture and climate. My book, Road to Awesome, is all about school culture and climate, and anything I can do to help cultivate leaders. Right now, we're facing a leadership crisis, not just in education, but across the nation, we're facing a leadership crisis. So my work and the calling, I think, that pulled me into doing this work is to just help, lift up educators and lift up leaders so that we're prepared for what's going to come next.
And I can attest that you are certainly not retired, because we talk a lot.
No.
And the dude puts in some work. Like it's cool. He's not retired, I assure you. Oh
no.
And you've got 9 books. I can't believe that you got 9 books right now.
Yeah.
So that leads me into, I want to ask, like, is there can you, and I should have asked you this prior to coming live, so I wasn't putting you on the spot, but I'm gonna put you on the spot anyway. Are there any like upcoming book projects that you can like leak about right now, or no? It's okay. You don't have to necessarily give us a name if you want to give us like the idea, maybe.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll tell you what, the one that we have that'll drop next week, Mike Nagler's book. It's the title of the book is The Dev Leader, and really what that comes to, what Mike describes as dev, or the developmental cycle, is all around taking and building and using a backwards design to completely map out the direction that you want, whatever your project is that you're working on. And a lot of it is Mike laying out the work that he and his incredible team did in Mineola, which is a school district on Long Island in New York. We're really excited about that one. That one's coming up really soon. And then right on the heels of those, we have 3 that, well, actually, I think we have 5 that are completed in the queue, but 3 that'll probably come pretty quick. One that is going to be our newest kids book. So I think it'll be the 3rd or 4th kids book that RTA has done, that I think is just going to be a really special book. And then we have a book from our friend, Ashley Hubner, her book that really, Confessions of a Coach. I think Ashley is maybe 3rd coming up. But then our very next one is somebody who is just kind of starting to find his way onto the scene, a gentleman named Dan Wolf, who is an assistant principal in Florida. And his book it's a leadership book, but it really comes from a different place, deep in the heart. And it's a book that we're really super stoked about. And I know that one's going to be our next one that comes out. So, and a whole bunch more, right behind that. So
how many, do you know how many, do you have an idea, an estimate of how many books you'll put out this year in 22?
I would say probably we should be able to have at least 12 that we're able to drop here in 22. We have a handful of children's books, which, obviously, speaking of children's books, Jillian.
I know, speaking of, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good timing. But a handful of children's books, which just the production side, sorry about that. The production side of that is a little bit different than, doing more of the traditional 6x9, whether it's a leadership or, instructional leadership or whatever type of book. But I think 12 is probably going to be realistic for us. I know you know this, but probably not a lot of people that are tuning in right now know. In October, we moved from Colorado to Nebraska. So, it took us a little bit of time to kind of get ourselves reestablished and where we wanted to be going, and now really rocking and rolling on the book side. So, yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. A lot of good stuff going on. Excited about all those books going on. I think it's important. It's always important, I think, to remind and mention to folks that might be listening, going, "Oh, that's so awesome. I want to do something like that. I want to, have these ideas and stuff," that Darren took the leap, but Darren was already putting in the work, and this was a side hustle for a while prior to. And I think that's really important to note. And I don't know that I've ever asked you this question though, and that is, and I haven't. I think I know where, but I don't know if I know the specifics of how you actually got started, because the publishing part sort of is what kicked it off. Obviously, you were doing some speaking and doing that as a leader and as someone who was writing a book and do that. But how did you then end up being like, oh, like, I'm going to publish a book? Like, that's not my book.
Right.
And someone else's.
You
like,
know,
I think I know, but I don't think I actually know the actual story.
Yeah, it was kind of a crazy story. So my book, Road to Awesome, was published in July of 2020 by Codebreaker. So Brian Aspinall, Daphne McMenemy, just two awesome people who definitely supported me a lot in the early stages. And I think it was December of 20. One morning, Brian had sent me a text. For some reason, Road to Awesome had climbed back to #1 in a couple of categories that particular day, and we just kind of started texting back and forth. And he said, you ought to think about launching your own publishing side. Certainly, Codebreaker was starting to get really busy at that point in time. And I was like, hey, that could be kind of interesting to do. And I spent the entire day just kind of thinking it through. Is this really something that I want to take on? And then, for that matter, who would I have do the editing stuff? I cannot do that. I was a science teacher. I am not. I need an editor. I'm not one who's going to be able to do that work. And spent the whole day thinking about it. And when I got home, my wife said something to me about, I think this is something that we should do. And she's got the skill set, more than has the skill set, but I didn't think about that. She's like, I think I'd love to do the editing. So it very quickly became, hey, this is going to be a family business. Really blessed to have her on the team and being a part of that publishing side, because her skill set with everything from the editing to the artwork design, cover layouts, font choices. I mean, I'm not that guy, but she is. So she really complements, those elements in me. Mm-hmm. Me, on the other hand, I'm more of the connections and the relationships and the let's talk about a concept and see if that is something that is going to fit the Road to Awesome brand. And so we launched that at the very end of December 2020. And then as we decided to make this transition full time this past summer of 21, that is now her full-time job is running the book publishing side of Road to Awesome.
Which is pretty awesome. And I mean, speaking of family business, your daughter has also had a small hand, right? I say small.
Oh yeah. Family. Not too small. It's interesting. Our daughter graduated from college. She's has a business degree from the University of Wyoming, and she really fell in love with marketing. And we brought her on as an intern. And so, honestly, since October, she has been doing our marketing. She actually just started a full-time job. So, the dad side of me is grateful that, the investment in her college degree is paying off. And now she has a good paying full-time job. But the RTA guy in me is like, wow, now I got to do the marketing again. And I've learned a lot from her. I mean, I really have. Mm-hmm. But, if you're somebody who I know you are, who's subscribed to our newsletter, I mean, that's 100% Liz. She just does a brilliant job with that. And, so many other pieces that we do. So, definitely a family business. And, it's been a great experience for us. There's no question about it.
It's so cool. I love that it's the family business there. I think my wife pretty actively seeks to not be in business with me all the time. I try constantly. I tell a story from forever ago where, like, when we first got married, or I don't know, I think we were married at the time, and she was doing something for something. I don't know why she was, but she was making, she takes like construction paper, and like the way she folds and stuff, she makes like little crabs that have like walking legs and like all these cute, and they're really awesome. And I'm like, oh, you should totally sell these online. And she literally goes, I'm never making these again. And she's
spoken like a total entrepreneur right there.
So it was crazy because, gosh, only a couple of weeks ago, she kind of like gave me the green light to think more about it, because she's been making cupcakes for years now, and she does just awesome designs. Primarily like animals is really her specialty, but she does like a really nice job with it, and she just does it sort of like just goofing around, like, you know, for some of the girls that she works with or a birthday party or whatever. And I've purchased several domains and random stuff whenever she kind of like might have an idea of what it's going to be called. But she's actually thinking there's a local store here that does some really cool arts and craft stuff. And we met the woman that owns it, and she's like, well, you should give me a card or something that I should, because she was at an event where Amy made a cupcake. She's like, where I can put it out and you can they can get a deal or whatever. And she's like, oh, maybe we should do like some business cards stuff. I'm like, what? You want to start a business? I get all excited. So we'll see. I might be able to make a family business out of cupcakes. We'll find out. So
you just never know. And I think you just hit something though that I had a couple of little pops in my brain when I was listening to you talk there. That local connect with your local market thing, and this, I know this is probably something you should be doing on TikTok with your entrepreneur things, but just connecting with local folks. This is something that I've seen a handful of my authors do. Quite a few other folks I know do this too. But if you're one of those who is working kind of in that side hustle space, whether it's speaking or you get a book or something like that, connecting with those local folks is like the best way to get things started.
Absolutely.
Before you know it, whether you're selling cupcakes or, whatever the case may be, it's a great way to get yourself started in that. But, and I know you and I can talk side hustle into full-time hustle. I'm going
to flip it to the classroom too, because if you talk to our good friend Ray Hewitt, like that's what she did with her classroom, right? And she got so many things donated and these community connections and all these awesome adventures and experiences for kids that local businesses were giving her things to make it fun, whether it was as little as like, letterhead to do stuff or big pizza parties, stuff like that were that she interwove into her curriculum. Like, it's the same thing there. Just utilize those local connections. There's a lot of power that people want their community to do well. So that's a good point.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. We want to flip into what we call What You Thinking, which is where we figure out what is on Darren's mind and we go down that rabbit hole, I guess, that whatever. Well, I don't know. Yeah. We'll be back in a couple seconds. All right, welcome back to Brain Break, where we live every Wednesday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And we are talking about What You Thinking. And I tell you what, Darren, that music kind of makes it feel like we should go deep right now. Like, I don't know if that was intentional or not.
It's all good.
So typically this is where Dave would do it. I'm going to try and do it like Dave. Dave did this, his new way of saying it. So I'm going to go, Darren, what you thinking? That makes it like you shouldn't go deep, but that's how Dave says it. So,
exactly.
But like, what's on your mind, Darren? What have you been thinking about? And this can go any way we want it. So like sometimes this goes into something serious deep, and which is really great. Sometimes it goes completely goofball, and I think either way is cool. But like, what's on your mind? What have you been thinking about? And let's break it down.
Sure. Man, I got a lot of things on my head. But I think where I want to go, it's the middle of March, St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. As a school leader, as a district leader, this time of year, I would normally be thinking about hiring season. I'd be thinking about budget, and I'd be thinking about professional development. Those are the three big boilers. I think that, obviously you're thinking about landing the plane and getting the whole thing on the ground safely, but you're really thinking about those three things. And so I guess what's been maybe the one that's been at the top of my mind has been really just the leadership transition and the leadership desire that I think so many people have right now in education. We've seen so many leaders that have stepped out, and we're going to see more, obviously, here in the next few months, whether it's people who are retiring or jumping into the next level up or whatever the case may be. But what I think is really interesting is we're going to have so many schools that when they start next school year are going to have a very different dynamic at the leadership level than perhaps they have this year or that they had, the previous year. And it just, I don't know, in a way it excites me. In a way it gives me some trepidation because again, so many people that have left those leadership roles. I wonder about preparation levels and how are schools and districts approaching that? How are they making sure that you're not just putting somebody into the role, throwing them their keys and saying, here you go? Because honestly, that's how it felt when I became a principal. And I think that's why it's kind of spinning in my head.
Interesting. So definitely sound. I mean, like the opportunity to step into leadership obviously is here because we have seen a bunch leaving. And to your point, we're probably going to see a bunch more leaving because they're retiring, because they're stepping out into another position, or because it's been a rough couple of years. And so a lot of opportunity for people to step into there. So let's go down that way. To the route of I took the opportunity, I jumped at it, I got selected, I'm taking over my own building. And I am just sort of being given the keys and good luck.
Yeah.
How do I navigate that, Darren, as someone who's done that and now coaches others on how to get through that?
Exactly.
What are my first things of like, okay, I have these keys. Like, do I unlock the door or do they go to an engine somewhere? Like, what do I do right now?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing right off the bat is getting back to, or maybe just reanalyzing, what is it as a new leader that I value, that is really important to me. Our core values are our core values. And, depending on where you are, I mean, there's always a little bit of, we got to chase test scores, or we got to chase graduation rates, or we have to chase enrollment. I mean, whatever it might be. But those are not the things that are in people's core values. So, for me, and this is honestly where I made the mistake. I'll chase a rabbit for just a second and tell you when I took my principalship role, I had been the assistant principal in that same building. In fact, in two different roles: first discipline and attendance, and then curriculum and instruction. And in a large high school, as the curriculum and instruction leader, I was absolutely the instructional leader of that school. And so I accept the principal position. And, when you sit at the interview table and there's all these people around the table, usually we'll ask the question, when it's our turn to ask questions, what is it you'd want from me as the new leader of this school? And I don't remember anything anybody said at that table except for the superintendent. And I'll never forget, his name's Paul Grube. Paul said, Darren, I need you to be the instructional leader of that school. And as I walked out of the interview, one, feeling like, wow, I did really well. And two, what did Paul mean by that? I already am the instructional leader. Am I supposed to keep the role I already had? I mean, what do I need to blow up the leadership structure of my school? I allowed myself to get a little too caught up in that. And it was 40 feet from my assistant principal office to my principal office. And Jeff, it might as well have been 400 miles. This honestly is why I coach leaders, because I struggled so mightily that first year. But what I didn't do was dig back into, okay, what's important to me? What is it about me as an individual, as a leader, that not only that I value, but that my entire staff knows this is what I stand for, this is what I value. And I kind of lost sight of that. And I think that led to some big struggles that first year. Fortunately, my district had some turnover, including at the superintendent level. And the new superintendent said, hey, we're going to bring leadership coaches for every one of our school leaders. And it completely turned me around as a leader. And again, it helped ignite that fire in why I coach leaders now. So I think that's the most important thing, is you got to know what your core values are and why you said yes to taking this job.
Yeah, that's such a key, and it sounds like a simple lesson, but it's not. It can be complicated, but it's crucial. And I think when you mention stuff like we have to worry about test scores. There's certain things you have to worry about, but if you understand your core values, you can now connect those other things that you have to do you can find ways to connect them to and through your core values so that you're still focusing on the core values. But if you find that alignment, focusing on your core values can help you accomplish those other goals that you have to check off based on your role and your piece there. So that's interesting. Alex brings up that a lot of districts have like new teacher academy, but do any have new administrator academy? That's an interesting thought. Which I think is why you do what you do, Darren, right? Which is to exactly. Not that you don't just work with new, you work with new and old and everything in between. But so did I hear you correctly when you said so they brought in, you had a coach then that you worked with one-on-one? Okay, interesting. And I don't know that I knew that. And so that I've always said, like, I've worked with coaches, my personal coaches myself too. And I always believe like it's weird when someone coaches others, but doesn't see the value in having a coach in themselves, right? And or hasn't gone through that and realized the value of that. So that makes a lot of sense that's something that you're so passionate about, because you're like, look, that turned me around. Like it changed 100%. Me for the better there. So now hopefully I can be that for someone else. So I'm connecting all sorts of dots here about you today. Dude.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
It's good stuff.
There you go. Deep learning session.
Yeah. That was deep. All right. Okay. But that's we got a little too deep for brain break. So we're going to go undeep now.
Cool.
Or perhaps, Darren, since you know what I'm about to lead us to, perhaps we're going to go into the deep waters.
Oh, yes,
in the game absolutely. In a fun way. So we're going to play a game here with Darren. And actually, I'm going to set up, I believe I've got an idea of how you can all play along with us in a cool way today. So stick around. We're going to get into some game time here. All right, welcome back. I'm going to try and share my screen real quick here. And I'm going to bring that up in a second, but I'm also going to get this in the comments. So I'm going to drop, I've lost my stream. There you guys are. So I'm going to drop something into the comments for everyone here. I'm going to post it on all of our different platforms so you see it. This link should make you a copy, force you to make a copy of this sheet that I'm about to share in a second. So I'm going to share it first. I'm going to bring this up. Here we go. So you just see that, Darren, right?
Yep.
You can. All right. So we're going to play some Battleship. So here's what we're going to do. Darren, you and I are going to play, but anyone who wants to play in the comments, you guys can also play. So I'm going to drop a link here in a second for you to make your own copy of this. Darren's already got his own copy. I have my own copy. We're not going to put them on screen while we play because that would make it pretty easy to hit each other's battleships. But I'm going to walk you through like how this works so you can see it. And what you can do if you were watching with us is you can create your own, put your own ships on. And when Darren and I call out, B2 or whatever we're calling out to try and hit, you can let us know in the comments, oh, Darren, you just hit my a hit on me or whatever. Or maybe we'll just put hit. And so Darren and I are going to be trying to sink each other's battleships, but we might decide, oh, no, I'm going after Jillian's because she said I hit one. And so I'm going to walk you through. This might get crazy complicated, Darren, but I think we're going to be able to pull it off. So I'm going to flip over. You guys, can you see my mouse going around right now, Darren, or no?
I was already placing my ships. I was cheating. So,
all right. So here's how you're going to place the ship. So if you see down here, there's a legend. It has the size of all the ships. So what you're going to do is essentially use an S to mark your ship. So let's say I want to put my carrier, which has 5 up here. I would just go into these squares and put, why is that doing that? S. No, stop it. Autofill. S there. S there. S there. 4 and 5. So that would be representing my carrier. And then my battleship, I wanted to do 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the picture on and on. And then let's say Darren were to call out A4. Well, that's a hit. So I would change this one to an X, which would show a hit on my battleship. And so then I would know that I got hit. If Darren called out, I don't know, let's say H4, that's a miss. I would put 0 in there because he shot and he missed, which I love that. I don't know why this one didn't change, but hopefully it will. And this has the number there for you. Now, Darren, then on the second tab, this is like the shots you've fired. So you would say, Jeff, A2. And if I told you it was miss, you would mark as a miss there so you know where I'm not. Does that make sense?
I believe it does. We're going to find out, though.
I believe it does, too. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to throw this into the chat. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Darren, no stacking ships on each other. So you can look there. That link should trigger a copy for that same page that I just showed you. And shout out to Brianne Fennell for hooking us up with this and getting me the idea for this. So we're gonna play this. I'm actually gonna pull my sheet into my other monitor here so that I can see easier because I'm confusing myself right now, going back and forth between tabs. So we're gonna be able to do this. I gotta take my ships off. So Darren, go ahead and place your ships. We're gonna give everybody a chance right now to make the copy and place their ships and stuff. And we're gonna get ready to go here. Darren, did you play? Was it Battleship? Or like I played all the time when we were younger. Like it was.
Oh, absolutely. You know,
My brothers and I it's just what we play. My brother always cheated. I think. I don't know why I think that. He just won all the time, so I call him the cheater.
There you go.
All right, so I've added my carrier.
All right,
battleship.
I believe my ships are added.
There's my cruiser, my destroyer, and my submarine. Okay, I'm all added.
Okay.
We're going to give everyone just a couple minutes. Bree, I see Bree has placed their ship. Please, comment. Let us know when your ships are placed. We're going to start. So, Darren, you are – I lost my cursor. You are our guest, so you, my friend, get to take the first shot. So, here's the catch. Once you have your ships placed, if Darren hits your ship, you need to comment super fast, hit. And I would actually like you to put, like, Darren hit because there's a little bit of delay, so I want to make sure we know which one of us hit your ship, so that we can try to attack you more. This seems very violent, but it's not. I promise
it really does.
It's out of love.
Yeah.
All right, my friend, you have the first shot. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to go with E4.
E4. That is a miss. All right, Darren, I am going with C4.
I got to go back to my ships. C4 is a miss.
Is a miss. And I do want to note one of the things that like Bree shared. So if you go over to teachbetter.com/brain break, you'll see Brianna is posting these games for us as blog posts, and she breaks down how you can utilize it. One thing is that this is used like your students can learn using this game are already learning like graphing, coordinates, things of that nature. I also thought something I wanted to add on, like you could also do things like every time Darren and I went, like we weren't able to shoot until you answered a math question or answered a vocab question or anything like that, right? You can fit a lot of stuff into this game. There's also communication skills in this. There's also strategy, critical thinking, problem solving. So one of the things that we love about this is when we come up with these games, like, yeah, we're having fun, we're goofing around. Hopefully you're turning your brain off and relaxing, but you can also take this and utilize these types of things in your classroom. So, all right. So that was you missed, correct? Yes. I missed. I missed. So you're up.
Yeah. And so let's see. So I just marked what did I just, oh yeah, I did. I went E4. So,
yeah, I think you went E4.
Yeah. So something to keep in mind, I'm noticing that on the enemy ships page, there are empty columns on 2 and 3, but you cannot place your ships on 2 or 3. So if you call out something like
you gotta be
B2,
careful about that. Yeah.
we
do
need
to move that, huh?
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
So yeah, okay.
I'm blocking
so
those off
hey,
because I'm gonna mess up otherwise.
I'm just
because it starts at 4. Okay,
it does.
Good. That's a good note. We're gonna fix that.
There we go. There we go. All right,
we'll have to email the folks over. It's at teambuilding.com. That's who supply the things. All right, take your shot, brother.
We're gonna go G7.
G7 miss.
Dang. All right, G7 is miss.
I'm going with B9.
E9.
It's tough because you gotta go back and forth between the 2 tabs.
A hit.
It's a hit. Ooh, I got one.
It is. You got a hit on it right there.
Now the hardest
part.
Oh,
that's pretty cool. When I put an X on where you hit me, we got a little boom right there.
Explosion. Yeah, love it.
Right.
All right,
it's pretty
take
fancy.
your shot, brother.
All right. So I am going to say I think I'm on to something, even though it was a miss. But I'm going to stay close. I'm going to go F6.
F6 is a miss.
Man.
All right, now I gotta decide
Struggling.
which way this one goes. C10 or no, I'm sorry, C9.
Oh, C9. C9 is, in fact, a hit.
Oh, I got 2 on it.
That's right. You do. You do. You
Two
are.
two booms. 2 booms.
That's right.
I'm not
in
seeing any
danger
hits or
on this
misses
one
in the
here.
comments here, guys. I don't know if anybody's playing along
Yeah.
with us or if
The-
it just might be delayed.
I think
too.
they're just
we have-
enthralled. They're just enthralled with
they
the two of us.
might
That's
be.
what it is.
We have
Yeah.
1 miss. I know that much. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So,
all right,
so
hold
I'm
on a
gonna
second.
change
Time
my
out.
tack. Yeah.
We're gonna time out
okay,
1
go ahead.
second here. Alex, can you please explain this? So you said this is literally the topic of one of the conference sessions. I'd love to hear what this is. That's interesting. Okay, sorry, you're up. You're fire. You're shot, Darren. You're shot.
Okay. All right. So Alex tried to distract me, but no avail. To no avail. I'm going to go D10 right now. We're going D10.
D10. That is a miss, my friend.
Did you actually put ships on the board, Mr. Gargis?
I put them all in 2 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah. The moral of this story, folks, is don't accept a link from somebody you don't trust.
All right, I'm going D9.
D9.
Get it?
D9 is denied. That is a miss.
Oh, it's a miss. Oh, okay. I gotta go the other way.
It is.
So it
Big
looks like
splash
I'm
down
guessing
right
your
there.
cruiser's there, and I'm gonna get it on the next shot.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, Bree, what
he's
does
going-
yes mean, Bree? What is yes? I don't know what this means. Decode that message. Transmission. Or maybe she's saying yes to this. So it's submitted a proposal
She's
for how
rooting
to
for you
use
to sink my battleship is what she's doing. Oh, it was a miss for her. Okay.
tabletop game in the classroom to promote 21st century skills. Ooh, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're missing.
Alex
we're,
has to tell us more about that.
Yeah, Alex, you need to go. Oh, she's supporting Alex. Good, Alex, you need to submit that.
Okay.
That seems really cool, especially if
Absolutely.
Battleship.
I would
is
go to that
included.
session. Yeah.
Alex is like, Alex knows games like games don't know games. I don't even know if that makes sense, but Alex knows so many games. It's crazy. He has such an appreciation for games. I'm really excited about that session, dude. All right, who's
That
up?
sounds
Am I
pretty
up?
cool. No, I'm up.
You're up. You're up.
I am up. Yeah, you just missed. I'm going to go H9 here. There's got to be a ship somewhere for you.
H9 is a miss. I know.
I stand by my I don't think you put any ships on the board thing, but okay.
I'm firing
All right.
one at
Let's
A9.
make it happen. Here we go.
A9.
I know it's coming. A9 is in fact a hit. You just sunk my cruiser.
Sunk the cruiser.
Yeah, it is done. Done for. Old alone, done for.
Love it. All right. Your shot. Your turn. I'm losing my headphones.
Okay,
Here.
I'm
They're
gonna.
falling out.
It's got to be here someplace, and so I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna stay on this line and see what happens. I'm gonna go E9. E9.
E9 is a hit.
Boom, we got one. Right.
Is
on.
a hit. And speaking of proposals, Bree, thanks for doing that. If anybody else is thinking about submitting proposals, those are open right now for the Teach Better Conference, which I don't know that we've announced this yet, but I'll say it on Brain Break. Road to Awesome is an official sponsor of the Teach Better Conference 2022 and a pretty big sponsor too. We'll leave that reveal for later. But
Hey, there you go.
they will be there. Darren will be there, probably with team. And we're thinking of some cool things to do with the whole Road to Awesome thing too. So
There you go.
So come to the conference.
I should probably do this too, so that
What's that?
I
Submit a
can actually-
proposal?
actually
Yeah,
submit a proposal.
you should probably speak. Yes.
I should probably speak.
I
yeah.
don't think you should play Battleship because right now you're not winning.
No, I'm not very good at it, but
Oh, no, you just had a
I
hit.
know.
I should
I'll go to-
watch myself.
that's true. I'm going to go to Alex's session and just I'm going to have a chance to prove my worth when it comes to Battleship. So all right, you are up, sir.
All right, I'm up. I'm gonna fire. Oh man, I gotta figure. I got a new ship here. I'm gonna go G12. G12.
G12 is a big whiff. No dice.
Ooh. Yeah, we do need to fix it because
Right.
because that board goes down to 12, but the board we place it goes from 4 to 14. So
That is true.
makes it-
Yes.
So you can't
That's
hit.
true.
I'm adding rows. I'm adding rows.
There you
I'm
go.
adding rows to my because I'm
Yeah, because you just never know. You might need to.
Yeah, because if you're on either of those, I'm not going to hit you.
That's right. All right, I'm getting ready to fire here. I'm going E8 right here.
E8. Hold on, I'm still editing my sheet. E8. E8 is a miss. E8 is a miss.
Okay, that ship is going horizontal. All right, I got you.
I'm going 14D. D14.
14D.
D14.
In the D category, 14. Oh, I'm looking at enemy ships. There's nothing there. Let's see. D14 is a miss.
Oh man, this game's gonna go on forever if we keep shooting like this.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
All right.
I was just going to say, as I'm getting ready to launch my next shot, I'm a Wyoming cowboy, of course, through and through, and we're shooting much like they did last night in the first 4. They couldn't buy a basket.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So,
all right, I am going to go.
Right, your shot.
I'm going F9. F9 has to be a hit. Come on.
F9 is a swing and a miss.
Ooh, okay. I got you on the run now, man. I know where you're at.
Definitely got me on the run. Yeah,
I definitely know where you're at. I got you surrounded.
All right, I'm going with a H7. H7.
H7 is a miss.
Man, it's a miss here. I don't know if we're hitting anybody else. I think some people are getting hit and they're not telling us. That's just my personal.
Yeah. Again, I just think they're enthralled with.
I wish there was a way for us
how bad we are at this.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to put our screens up where you and I couldn't see them when they could, but there's no way to do that. So,
yeah.
All right, your shot.
All right.
Your shot.
D9 has to be a hit. Come on, D9.
D9 is a hit.
Boom. There we go.
Mm.
All right, we're just going to keep going to the left until that ship goes down.
All right, I'm going with C. No, I'm not going C. I'm going to go J12.
J12 is a big miss.
Yeah.
That is a miss. All right. This will come as a surprise, but I'm going C9.
C9 is a... I'm looking at my hits. C9 is absolutely a hit.
All right.
It is a hit.
Okay. Right on.
Heather, yes, we are playing Battleship. We explained earlier how you can use this with your students, but really right now, Darren and I are just in a very heated game of Battleship. I have sunk his cruiser. He's got 3 hits on one of mine, and we have a whole lot of misses. So, I do want to touch on someone. What did I see? Oh, Phoebe asked, "What is a bio?" I'm assuming she's referring to all the proposal talk and stuff like that. Bio, that's just short, Phoebe, for biography. So that's your little biography. So typically when you submit a proposal for a conference, you're gonna include a bio of some sort, couple, usually anywhere from a few sentences to a couple paragraphs, depending on how you want to do that. So, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's just a little bit of like, this is who I am, what I do, what my experience is, and maybe even like the things I believe in. So that the people that you're submitting that proposal to can kind of get a feel for who you are. And they usually, like, we use it for, when we put it into the schedule and software and stuff, so you can do that so people know, hey, who is Darren, this guy that's presented? So anyway.
50 to 100 characters, if you can figure out how to describe yourself in 50 to 100 characters.
I love it. All right, Darren, did you just hit or I just missed?
You just missed.
I just missed.
You went J something or other. Yes.
I did. Yeah. So, I went J down. Yeah. You're up.
So, okay. That's my ships. So I'm going with B9.
B9 is a hit, my friend. If you haven't figured out, you are slowly working on my carrier.
I got the
big guy.
Big boy. I'm going to sink the big boy on the next shot.
That's all right. I am looking at, man, where do you have your ships? How about J6?
I'm going to go with no. That is a miss.
Oh, man.
That's right.
Okay. You said earlier, I'm pretty sure you don't have your ships on the board at this point.
Oh, I do. You've already sunk one of them. And I am going to sink your carrier right now with A9.
Yep. You sunk my battleship. Well, my cruiser.
That's right.
You sunk my.
That's right.
I'm sorry. You sunk my carrier. Oh, so you
That's
got the
right.
carrier down. I've got your cruiser down. But right now, that's
That's
5
right.
hits for you, 3 for me. You got the winning right now. And we only have a few minutes
That's
left
right.
before we're gonna have
I
to wrap.
started slow, but I'm coming on strong.
I know, no kidding. All right, I've got.
Yeah.
How about C10?
C10 is a miss.
Oh, man, it's like maybe these stacks them close to each other. I think Darren's
I'm going to
on the
go
board.
C6.
C6 is a miss.
Okay.
I'm going to go with A12.
A12. There's a theme here, and it's a miss.
I don't know why I'm so hooked on 12 for some reason.
I don't know. Okay, so all right, we're gonna go F12.
F12 is a miss.
Okay. All right.
How about E5?
E5 is a miss.
Man, this is getting boring now. We gotta get some hits here, Darren. What's up?
It is. Should we start saying you're close when you miss, or
you can't?
Right.
You weren't close last time.
Okay, you were fairly close. I'll give you that.
Okay, that's good to know. If I remember where I was.
There you go. All right, you've called for it a bunch and had continued to swing and miss there. So I'm going to go over to J, and I'm going to say J5.
J5.
Yeah.
J5 is a hit, man.
Boom. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Taking control of this game. I think it's got to be 2 ships and we give up, or people are going to give up on us.
I'm saying D6. D6.
D6.
Come on.
Is a miss.
Come on, Darren. I think
you're still close, man. You really are.
All right. Go ahead and sink something else.
All right, so we're going J6.
That is another hit, man. Another hit.
Right on.
I don't know. F4? At this point, I'm just shooting blind.
Man, you're missing, but you are just
peppering all around the water.
So much. You are
splashing you at this point.
You got water splashing everywhere right now. Okay, we're gonna go J4. J4.
You, my friend, have just sunk my cruiser. 2 down. 2 ships down.
2 down.
All right, I don't know. F5?
F5, sir, is a hit. Well done.
Okay, I finally got one there.
That's right, you did.
Okay, all right. We have like 2 minutes, Darren. We got to wrap up. I'm pretty sure you got
2
this
minutes
one locked in. To answer Phoebe's question, there's not a virtual conference this year. We may add that component next year. We'll see. But this year, no, all in person. All right, Dan, what's your shot?
All right. While I am picking my shot, I will tell you I was at an in-person conference a couple of weeks ago. My goodness, what a great experience to be back, with people, speaking to people. It's so amazing.
Actually, in the Aspire Leadership podcast with Joshua Stamper, I did a mailbag episode with him that's coming out this Saturday, I believe. And we actually talk. There was a question about justifying the in-person. We talk a little bit about virtual and in-person too. So you should listen to that episode too. All right, take a shot, man.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going A4.
A4 is a miss. F6. F6.
F6 is a miss.
It's going the other way.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We're going to do like 3 more shots.
Okay. I'm going to go, because I haven't gone in this space yet. I'm going to go H6.
H6 is a miss.
Ooh, but it was a close miss. I could tell by the way you said that. So
G5.
G5. You sunk my destroyer.
Oh, I got the destroyer?
Yeah, you did.
Nice. All right. Okay. Last shot, Darren, and we're gonna wrap it up.
All right. Last shot. I'm going for broke. See if I can hit that
if
submarine.
You hit one, we'll go further.
I see. Yeah, there we go. F11. I'm going F11.
F11. Oh, let's see here. Oh, that's a miss. That's a miss.
Bummer.
It's a miss. All right, now what we're gonna do? I want to do this. I'm gonna share. need to stop sharing that. I'm going to share my screen so you can see how Darren did hit. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I think I should be able to share this. Let's see how Darren hit. Here's my ships. You sunk my what is that? My cruiser over there. You sunk my carrier here. My battleship was down the corner. My destroyer hung out here. You were you were pepping around, but like that one that you said one recently, I must have responded like it was close, but you really weren't that close. So and then I popped that little guy up there, the sub. But you took out that was 2 big hits. You definitely won this. How was I close at all to anything?
Yes, you were. So that last part, when you took out my destroyer, so that was sitting on F and G5, and you peppered all around that, but right underneath there, running the same left to right from D7 to G7 was my battleship.
Oh man, that's right there, boy.
Yep. And you had a miss at G12. That H12 would have gotten you the middle of my cruiser or my carrier, and my submarine was just to the left of that miss. So yeah, you were close. Close.
We were close. That was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Grab a copy of that. You will want to edit we noticed the rows were a little off, so you want to adjust it so it should be 4 through 14. So you want to do that because otherwise there's no way to hit a couple of those. But anyway, we're going to jump into one last segment. We'll talk about a couple things going on with the team that you should be aware of, and then we will wrap up and you guys can go off into the rest of your day here. So we're going to jump into what's coming. All right, welcome back to Brain Break. We're going to talk just a few seconds here about what's going on with the team. We got a lot of awesome stuff going on, but a couple of things specifically that I want to mention. One, brand new course today, free, 100% free, over at teachbetteracademy.com, led by our one and only, our very own Andrea Couchbetter. So that is there. And she's got a whole bunch of there's a bunch of special guests in this course, both from the team and outside of the team. And this course is called Conference Proposals from Idea to Execution. And this is all about how do you go from I think I want to submit a proposal to actually being ready and submitting it and being ready for potentially being accepted. Yes, obviously we did this timing wise because our proposals are open for Teach Better Conference. But this works. It's not specific to our conference. It's specific to any conference you want to go to. So you can go through this process and get it done. Lots of really great stuff in there. Darren and I were actually talking beforehand stuff. And I actually think this is really beneficial if you've never done a proposal before, but even if you have and you're someone who submits a lot, sometimes just hearing other people say things different ways can just spark you to come up with a new idea and a new twist. So check that out. It's over at teachbetteracademy.com. If you are already a member in our Academy membership, it's already in your My Courses dashboard. Otherwise, you can go over there, sign up for free. There's a whole bunch of other free courses over there as well. So check that out. And then also, if you haven't seen yet, we've been sharing it out a little bit, but next Thursday on the 24th is our team's official 7-year birthday. So if you go to teachbetter.com/ I'm going to get the thing wrong. Happy birthday. There's a whole bunch of ways for you to get involved. There's a checklist over there for things you can get ready. There's a background you can download. There's a link to some exclusive birthday swag that you can grab. And there's a spot we'd really love to get a video from you, kind of sharing and celebrating with the team. And we were having a special exclusive but still free Zoom birthday party that evening next Thursday. So we're going to kick it off in the morning with Daily Drop-In. Myself and Ray will be joined by Chad Ostrowski. We got stuff going on all day long celebrating. And then that evening, we're going to hang out, do some networking, do some fun games with the Zoom birthday party. So we want you to be part of all of it because everything we do is literally nothing without all of you. So hopefully you will join us there. Bree, if you're still watching, can you drop the birthday link in the comments as well? We'll get that up as well. But we're super excited for you. Hopefully you can join us then. Darren, my man, my friend, I appreciate you being on here and playing with us. I wasn't sure how it was going to go because I'm like, are people just going to watch this? But it was actually entertaining. It was a lot of fun to kind of play that. I haven't played Battleship in a long time, so I'm pretty sure I might jump on Amazon and buy Battleship because I don't have it at my house. My mom has it my parents' house, but I need to play that with my kids. I think my kids will really enjoy that. So anyway,
Absolutely.
Go check out the course. Hope to see you at the birthday bash. Go check out Road to Awesome. Darren, the website is roadtoawesome.net, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Darren's handle is right there in his name below him there. Make sure you check out Road to Awesome. Lots of just amazing books. And as you heard him mention earlier, we have books that are adult books, educational books, but also books for children. And I own multiple of those. They are good. Go check them out. Follow all the authors. Get involved with it. If you're looking for leadership, Darren is there as well for coaching and work with districts and all that good stuff. He will be at the Teach Better conference with us with all of Road to Awesome. So super excited about that. Shout out to Bree for hooking us up with the game and dropping links like crazy in this stuff too. Look at it. She's already got the Amazon link
machine. Yeah.
She's already got the Amazon link in there.
That's
love
awesome.
I appreciate you all. We will be back next week, as always, here 5 o'clock Eastern time with Brain Break. If there's ever anything we can do for you and you need anything, please reach out. Darren, thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. Great to see you. Everybody have a Road to Awesome week.
We'll see you all next week.